whatever it is, find something like that that just makes you feel, I don't know, all good inside. And do that every day if you can. Do it as often as you can. At least make time for yourself. Make time for things that make you feel good every day, even if it's just 5 minutes a day. So find a way to... Hello everyone, my name is Monica and thank you so much for joining us in our Lightworker community. In the last video we talked about what is the law of attraction, and in this video we're going to talk about how to use the law of attraction and my personal step-by-step process that I use for manifesting. I want to start off by saying that there are so many different techniques that you can use for your process. I don't know all of them. I haven't used all of them, and I like to change it up once in a while, try different ones, and my process is always kind of evolving, but this is my current process right now. Hopefully this will help some of you, especially if you're brand new, kind of starting and don't know exactly where to start. Step one is to decide what it is that you want. And I'm going to say decide instead of ask, because at this point, I don't want you to feel like you're asking, you're begging, you're hoping, you're wishing that this will happen, that, you know, maybe it would be nice if it worked out this way, but if not, I guess it'll be okay. No, I don't want you to settle. I want you to decide exactly what you want. Sky's the limit. There's nothing too big that you can put on your list that you want. I want you to pretend like you're a little kid again, and it's Christmas time. If you celebrated Christmas when you were a kid, I didn't. But if you did and you believed in Santa Claus and you wrote down that list and you weren't shy and you weren't hesitant to ask for exactly what you wanted from Santa because you knew you were going to get it, I want you to go back to that state. Get excited and write down your Christmas list. Except this time I want you to write down exactly what you want in a very specific, detailed way. If you're trying to manifest a partner, what is it that you really desire in a partner? You can write down as much as you want, such as you want them to be kind, you want them to be respectful, you want them to live in a certain area, you want them to be into certain hobbies that you're also into and have a lot of the same core values and beliefs that you have. Make sure to write that all down. If you forget something or you think of something new, you can always add to your list. If you want to take something away, you can cross it out. That's not a problem. But before you start writing, the very first thing you're going to write is, I am so happy and I am so grateful now that I have, and whatever it is, fill in the blank for yourself. Is it money? Is it love? Is it freedom? Is it independence? Is it a house? Is it a car? Is it more clients for your business? It can be absolutely anything. But again, I want you to get very detailed and specific. If you have a certain type of person that you're attracted to with dark hair, or with who's tall or who's short, I don't know, whatever it is, just you can put that down too. And you can do this several ways. You can have one long list of a bunch of different things that you want and leave it like that. Or you can also break it down into a very, very specific thing. Like you can have a general list of I've decided I am going to have this, 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 and this. And then if a partner, soulmate is on there, then you can write down on a different list and go very, very specific into that. If you're just trying to manifest one thing, you can just do that specific list. And I recommend trying not to overwhelm yourself. I know there's a lot of things in life that you probably want. I know I do. Do it either way. If you want to ask for one thing, then just be very specific in one list. Or if you have a whole general list of things and then break it down into specifics. Step number 2. This is something I did in the beginning. It's changed a little bit now. But after you've written down what you want on those pieces of paper, then I want you to put them away. I want you to put them somewhere where you won't really think about it. Under the bed, in the back of a cupboard, in a box, I don't know, just somewhere where it's hidden. And if you do think about it often, if it's okay to think about the things you wrote down, try to think of them in the most positive way that you can. Like when you were a kid, if you let's go back to Christmas. So like if you were a kid and there was a certain toy you really wanted, you wrote it down on that list, and every time you thought about it, you imagined yourself playing with it, you imagined telling your friends about it, you are getting excited. Like when you think about certain things and you have the image in your mind, it evokes a feeling in your body. So make sure if you do think about it, let it be mostly positive, not like, oh, this still hasn't arrived yet. Like, when is it going to get here? And having like that kind of desperate, I gotta have it, I need to have it sort of feeling. If you think about how much you really want something a lot, then you tend to really emphasize with the universe how much you really don't have that thing. Definitely recommend this for very beginners in the law of attraction, and if you really feel attached to whatever it is that you wrote down. For me now, I've gotten more comfortable with manifesting, and I really trust and I really know that what I want is coming no matter how long it takes. So I now have a process where I script about it most days. So I'll write down, you know, I'm so happy and grateful I have this, and then I'll go into detail about it and I'll talk about it as if I already have it. Yeah, I don't remember if I mentioned that, but make sure to write it in the present tense. And I will reflect in my journal basically like, you know, like, dear diary, I'm so happy and so grateful now that I have this, and then I'll go into detail about what it is I want and really get into that feeling of already having it. That actually is part of step number 3, is work on feeling as if you had it. I heard that there was one technique, and I haven't used this, but somebody who was trying to manifest their soulmate, and they started making room, I think, in their dresser, like for a drawer for the person, and they started sleeping on one side of the bed and parking on one side of the garage because they were acting as if they already had what they wanted. They were living in the end. And I think that is an amazing technique. It really trains your brain to think, okay, my soulmate's coming, I gotta make sure I'm ready when they come. And so you just start preparing. So that's something you can do. And in the meantime, I really, really recommend focusing on what you're grateful for already, the people you're already grateful for in your life, the things you already have, the amount of money you have, no matter how big or how little, just whatever it is, like find anything and everything to really reflect about being grateful for. You can write this down. You can think about it during the day as you go. You can think about it at night when you go to sleep or in the morning when you wake up. Just really, really start reflecting on being grateful. And I think it's also a good idea to keep actually physically saying that word. Like my husband and I will always be like, oh, I'm so grateful that we're living in this beautiful space. Or I'm so grateful that the weather turned out nice today. So speaking it as well will train your brain to also recognize gratitude more often. Step number 4 is to focus on something you're passionate about. For me right now, I'm passionate about making videos. I love making videos. I love sharing my knowledge, my wisdom, everything I learned. I love interacting with you guys. So if you can find a hobby, some creative thing, some passion that really just feels good for you, and maybe it's something that can be kind of meditative, like knitting or coloring, whatever it is, find something like that that just makes you feel, I don't know, all good inside. And do that every day if you can. Do it as often as you can. At least make time for yourself. Make time for things that make you feel good every day, even if it's just 5 minutes a day. And what this will do in the meantime is it will raise your vibration, and it'll keep raising your vibration, and eventually you will become a match, a vibrational match to whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. Because the better you feel, the more you're going to send out that vibration, and the more you're going to get back that's going to make you feel even better. Step number 5 is to be open to receiving, and to also just enjoy the manifestation when it comes, and enjoy the time in between the manifestation. This is kind of like a game, you can think of it, and not take it so seriously. Make it really fun, make it kind of challenging. And I would definitely recommend starting very small. If you want to start off getting an extra like $20 or something somehow, and try not to be like attached to the how or the outcome, like it has to come from your job or it has to come from the lottery or random like that. Be open to receiving it in any form. The universe gets really creative, and abundance can come to you in ways that you would have never imagined, and it might seem random. You can also try manifesting, I always say, like a parking spot. Like imagine that you're getting a spot up front, like at Trader Joe's where it's always busy. I know I did that a lot because it was really hard to find parking. So I would imagine already finding a good spot and feeling good and excited when I actually got that spot. Or maybe you could try manifesting a compliment from someone. I'm so happy and so grateful. Someone told me that they really like my new outfit, or someone told me I was beautiful. And a lot of times you will forget about these things, and you will go back to your list eventually and be like, hey, oh wow, that actually happened. That's so cool. You can go back and look at your list if you feel like you want to. I would just say try not to dwell on it too much. It's like, you know, when there's a package that's supposed to arrive that day and you're constantly checking to see if the delivery person has put it out there yet, or if it's on your doorstep because you're just so excited about getting that thing. It's great to be excited, but because the universe does everything in divine timing, there are no specific shipping dates or arriving dates. It can make us feel more anxious about it, and we might start to think that it's never coming. So you can check your list from time to time, maybe just even see like, oh wow, I manifested that, let me check that off, or something like that. And if you are more advanced and you don't feel as attached to whatever it is you want, you can also read your list every morning, or read it every night, or do both, or read it several times throughout the day. The last thing I want to say is just don't settle. Don't ever settle. If you order something online and it's the wrong color, or it's the wrong size, or it's the wrong thing, you're going to send it back most likely and get the right thing, unless it's something that is better in your opinion, that you didn't quite ask for, but you didn't think about it until you got it and you're like, actually I like that better. Then you can do that, but don't settle for less than what you feel that you deserve and what you have decided on. One major step I forgot to mention earlier is to take action, and this will look differently depending on what you're trying to manifest. If you're trying to manifest a business, then make sure to start at least researching how to start a business. If you want to be a photographer, start taking pictures and share them online. And the action can also be to start by writing it down. Alright everyone, that is my video for today. I hope my process helps some of you. Let me know if you try it out. Let me know what your manifesting technique is, if there's something different from mine. And until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.